It's Monday, and that means it's time for Beg Knows America, where CBS News contributor David Begnaud finds the heart in every story. This week, David brings us an inspiring tale about a 5-month effort to return a lost envelope of cash. He shows us how that lost dough and a little typo sparked a lifelong connection between two strangers.
Once strangers, now friends. Let's take you back to December 1st, 2023.
Like most Americans, I was or still am, in a football pool at a local watering hole. And after 3 years of no results, I'd finally tied for first and won $511.
But that victory was pretty short-lived.
So I went to the bank, got to the bank, felt my pockets, and there was nothing in my pockets.
Then fate walked up.
I found this brown envelope on the sidewalk, and just peeking out of it was, you could tell it was money. And that's when I just said, okay, I've got to find this person. I need to find Greg Throw.
But that was the problem. You see, the envelope had a typo. His name is Greg Thowell. It's not Greg Throw.
I kept thinking in my mind, this was December 7th. This was close to someone's Christmas. It could be their Christmas present money. It could be their rent money.
Over the course of 5 months, this lady spent 5 months. Karla Montgomery reached out to the police, the U.S. Marshals, the FBI. She searched social media, all looking for this Greg Throw guy. Then one day, in one more search online, she found a Greg Thowell from Denver, Colorado. And she thought, well, maybe. And she called him.
She said, "Did you lose some money in an envelope in Denver, Colorado 5 months ago?"
It was such a relief to know that it was going back into the hands of the owner.
She was just a lovely person. And I was just like, I can't believe 5 months later you're calling me about this money. I started to cry. I was like, I can't believe I just got $500.
I mean, come on, what are the odds?
I think her act of kindness has changed my life. It's just been this domino effect. Like, if I have a choice to do the better thing or the good thing, I think of Karla. I think that's how I'll probably live my life the rest of my life.
Never in a billion years. You're the best.
And here they are, Greg and Karla. Greg, most people cry in a Begnaud story towards the end.
Also true.
You're crying in the beginning.
I know.
What's going through your
It's
head?
because of her. I've told this story 100 times, and everyone loves the story because they don't believe that someone would do, they put themselves in her shoes. Like, who would spend 5 months? It's $500 at the end of the day, right? But she spent 5 months looking for me. You're the best.
I did.
Why did you do that for so long?
It was someone's money. It wasn't mine. But
I heard your friend, you told my producers that your friends were like, just keep the money, Karla.
they did.
It's not that big
They
of a
did.
deal.
People in the end, they just said, it's yours. Just do with it. And I will say this, that I was starting getting towards the end of my search. And I said, okay, how can I spend this money? How can I put this money to good use? And it just so happens I used to ride a bike. We would feed the homeless in downtown Memphis. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna earmark some for them because they're always needing donations.
But here's what's wild. You actually had an eye condition, which you were gonna use the money to help pay for.
Absolutely. I found out I needed cataract surgery, and then she called me, and I said, you just paid for my left eye. There's $500.
You know, you've heard that phrase, right place, right time. I think this story is about the right person
100%.
at the right time.
You're the best.
I wish.
That's what I think this is about. So, okay, you're at home, the call comes up, and we all get spam calls, right?
That's all I get is a spam
And it
call.
was a Memphis number.
Memphis number, so it's either going to be buying solar panels for my house or Medicare or something.
Okay.
Yep, and I was kind of feeling a little sorry for myself. It's not I needed surgery, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting up there in age, I guess. And she says, hi, is this Greg Thowell? And I'm like, yeah, hit me. What do you got? And she's like, I have a funny question for you. Go ahead, I'm having a day. And she said, did you lose money 5 months ago in Denver, Colorado? And I knew right then, clearly, she has the money. There's no other reason for this phone call. I begged her to take half of the money. I said, just send me half. We'll call it even. Your time is worth that much money. And she's like, no, not a nickel. She wouldn't accept a penny.
What's the takeaway for people at home watching?
Be better. if you can, be better.
Well, Karla, I heard that Greg has a bit of a surprise for you.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
And
didn't have to
Greg,
do that.
why don't you tee it up?
This is from Greg Throw, and it's to Karla with a C, which I know is incorrect as well.
No, that's
But what is
But that's
that?
half of the money that I
No,
said you
no, no,
take.
no.
Nope, you can give it to your charity. You can do whatever you want with it. I don't care. But
Well-
you have to take it because A, you're on national television, and you're in front of David Begnaud. You have to take
There
it.
we go.
You got to take it.
There it is.
What will you do with it?
I'm going to give it to the bike group that feeds the homeless in
Nice.
Memphis.
In Memphis. Well, this is for them. Greg, you said be better.
Thank you.
I'll say be a Karla.
Oh, that's sweet of you, David. Thank you.
In a world like today, be a Karla. So here's the deal. It's not just that Karla held on to the money. Karla held on to a belief that doing the right thing was worth it, no matter how long it took to find Greg.
And the impact that had. I mean, he said it changed his life. It was so much more than the money in that envelope.
It restores your faith in humanity. That's why it changes lives, right? If you're thinking people are
Doesn't it?
not fundamentally good, this makes you think, yeah, they are actually.
And then the ripple effect of it coming back, even though she didn't want the money, but now that money goes to people who need it in Memphis.
Totally.
So it just all works out for the better of everybody.
Would y'all spend 5 months doing this?
David, I have to say, this inspires me to say to whoever lost the $20 at the Montgomery County Fair in 1997, I spent it on cotton candy.
You're keeping it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
You're
kept
keeping
it.
it.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Just making sure you can still have it, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know that I would spend 5 months either, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I
It
would
is.
spend a few days, but after seeing that report, I would spend 5 months.
Yeah, and it
Because
just
it can be done. You can still find that person.
goes to show you there's
Love
some
it.
pure people out there. Some really pure people. David, good stuff as
Amen,
usual,
brother.
man. Great stuff. All right. Now, if you have a story
Thank
for
you,
David,
bud.
you can reach him and his team at deardavid@cbsnews.com or contact him directly on social media.